Hello everybody, my name is Joel Junker and I'm a partner at Cameron Brooks where I lead our effort in working with military officers as they make the transition from the military to the business world. I want to share with you two primary ways that you can make a transition to business. One is, I see a lot of people out there submitting resumes, working LinkedIn, doing their transition that way. And by doing it that way, they're going to generate some activity, especially in today's environment with very low historic unemployment rate, pretty large job creation, and some excitement about veterans across the industry. However, what invariably happens is there's about 250 resumes for every one open job position. And then those 250 resumes get culled down through some sort of algorithm, reviewing that, or maybe a human resources person looking at it for something that they can quickly eliminate someone to get down to about 25 resumes. Those 25 resumes end up getting a phone screen. The phone screen is designed to narrow it down even further to get to about 8 to 10 people that get an in-person interview, and 1 to 2 people will get an offer. When I see military officers and talk to them doing this type of career search, they'll typically end up with an offer, but it's usually just one offer. It's very difficult to line up multiple companies, multiple offers simultaneously doing it this way, because nobody's out there advocating for you, nobody's out there communicating the timelines, your interest to the companies, and you're working off a company's timeline of that, reviewing the resume, doing the phone screens, and ultimately bringing somebody on site for an interview. And so I see a lot of people choose that one offer because it looks good, it's the one offer that they have, and they make it work for them. The problem is that often in 12 to 18, maybe 24 months later, the person's out looking for another position because they wonder what else is out there. The alternative way is what we do at Cameron Brooks, the value in a career search. So many people will talk about the value of the Cameron Brooks preparation. They hear about our book, they hear about our development preparation program. However, the real value of what we offer at Cameron Brooks is the opportunity to come to a career conference where you're not sending out resumes, not completing applications and going through filters, but instead when you come to a career conference, you're going to have many companies and positions that have been specifically matched for your background and interest. At our most recent conference in August of this year, the candidates averaged 12 interviews. And this year, all the candidates have averaged between 11 and 13 during this past year. Now, what they get to do is when they interview with these companies, they're interviewing with the decision makers. They're coming with open positions. The people that are interviewing are leaders from their companies. In fact, last conference, 80% of all the recruiters that attended the conference were hiring managers. The other 20% were the human resources, talent acquisitions people. In fact, no company sent only just an talent acquisitions or an HR person. Every company had at least somebody that's in that chain of leadership of where you could potentially go to work. The reason why this is important is when that decision maker gets involved, you quickly go to the follow-up interview process. So the conference allows you to interview with a bunch of companies from a wide variety of industries, different types of positions. Then you create a group of companies that you would like to go on follow-up interviews over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Those decision makers will make sure those follow-up interviews happen quickly. Cameron Brooks is communicating to those companies on your behalf. So you can do 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 on-site interviews with a company where you really get to experience what it'd be like to work there, meet the other leaders, and interview in that final round. That typically leads to multiple offers that you can then compare among one another and make a good choice. By widening those options, testing those options, you really end up being able to choose a position and opportunity that is the best opportunity for you, which ultimately ends up being in 12 to 18 months, 24 months. Well, you might be like, oh, did I make a good choice? I'm struggling or have a challenge right here. That might still happen, but you'll end up being able to fight through that challenge because you're going to come back and say, I've evaluated these other options. I saw these other opportunities, and this is why I ultimately picked this position. It's still the best fit for me. And that is the difference between the Cameron Brooks career search and just generating activity. when out there submitting resumes and working the social media, the LinkedIn type of network. So if you want to get started with the Cameron Brooks program, you can email us at candidates@cameron-brooks.com or get on our website at cameron-brooks.com.